Hello, horses and horse-affiliated individuals. I am Tomoe Umari. Welcome. We are in the classroom once more. See, streams like this, I'm always not really sure how this is gonna go because I left everything in your guys' hands. Community events are fun. It's like a chance to sit around the campfire and hope your whole campsite doesn't burn down. But I know that you guys wouldn't give me bad kindling, so I'm sure this'll be an experience to remember. How am I doing? I'm doing good today. I'm doing pretty good. Oh, it's your first time here? Welcome! I hope this stream does not scare you off. I have no idea what's gonna be presented today. I'll do my best to, you know, properly present it though. No, you may not go to your locker and get your homework. I'm going to assume that you did not do your homework if you are not in your seat right now with your homework ready to be turned in. Also, don't forget to put your name on the homework or I will not be able to grade the assignment. I might be able to recognize who did what based off of handwriting, but like, it's a matter of principle, you know? I gotta teach you to take accountability for your work. It should be the first thing you do should be to write your name on it. Alright, well, so I think there's like 24 presentations we have to go through. There were a couple more, but they got disqualified. The only ones I've looked at are the ones who have been disqualified. I have not seen any of the others, because I was mostly curious as to why they had been disqualified. Can you guys guess why they were disqualified? Well, there was like one or two that just, one got deleted, one, was not a Google slide, so I was not able to access it. One did not have permission for it. Now the others are the interesting ones. Those are the ones that I'm just gonna ask this simple question, you know? I'm not trying to like name and shame or anything, but I want you to understand that how to make methamphetamine is not a valid topic for a PowerPoint presentation. Like I can't talk about that on stream. I understand that you want to teach people that, but like we can't we can't do that, okay? And the other ones, the 2 or 3 other ones I saw were also pertaining to criminal activity. It's great that you guys are passionate about it. I admire the enthusiasm, but unfortunately, I do not wish to be banned on YouTube and Twitch for such tomfoolery. Also, I would rather not have the sacred dark knowledge that you wish to bestow upon everybody. You need to cook? Well, not around here you don't. Not around here. It's only criminal if you get caught. You know, that's, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything. I can't see anything right now. I'm going to feign ignorance for the best of the good of the order. So I have this sensor of horse pet here. I'm just gonna open the presentations one by one, go into slideshow mode, and we will go from there. Hopefully it works out. Let's see. So we got a very strong first contender. Let's go into it. No time like the present, right, guys? Here we go. The Russian revolutions of 1917. It is very specific, but I'm sure there must be something to it. I don't know why Russian though. I'm an American horse, you know. I have nothing to do with Russia. I guess it's very specific. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's Vladimir Lenin. Hey. How is this a how-to? That's a good question, actually. That's a good question. What does this have to do with how-to? I don't know if this is following the prompts. This was on the approved list though, so I'm gonna assume there's a how-to in here somewhere. Surely my mods did not betray me by putting a non-how-to in here. In a country ruled by an autocracy with a completely enslaved press and a period of desperate political reaction in which even the tiniest outgrowth of political discontent and protest is persecuted, the theory of revolutionary Marxism suddenly forced its way into the censored literature before the government realized what had happened, and the unwieldy army of censors. And what the fuck is this? What is this? This isn't American. This isn't this has nothing to do with good American values. Why would you do this? Why? This definitely has nothing to do with... This isn't a how-to! I feel so betrayed! I'll just... By the start of the 20th century, it became apparent that the Russian Empire had been dealt a bad hand by history. My condolences. The Empire faced many challenges throughout the 19th century, with their loss in the Crimean War convincing many that the nation needed to modernize. Cool! At the beginning of the 20th century, Europe had been transformed by the Industrial Revolution. However, while Western European nations like France, England, and Germany had successfully transitioned from rural to industrial economy, Russia did not. Okay, that sucks. Should've just... America, you know? I feel like these bullet points are too long. Yeah, this is a little bit wordy for a PowerPoint. Russia was slower to adopt industrialization, and it would lead to turmoil in Russian society. Why? Much text. Much text. Well, if this is the whole presentation, yeah, this might have just slipped through the cracks, honestly. I don't mind PowerPoints that are just, like, educational, but, this isn't a how-to. This did not meet the prompt. Okay, mods are saying skip. It's okay, guys. I did kind of make you review them last minute, so that's also on me. Don't be mad at the mods for this. It was kind of on me. Sorry to whoever wrote that. It did not exactly follow the prompt though. It's supposed to be a how-to, and typically with PowerPoints you'll want to put a little bit less text. It's like it's meant to be like a simple I gotta like try and teach thing. You know, that's all it is. That's all it is. But otherwise, thank you for putting in the effort. I appreciate your submission. I'm sorry that I could not properly go through it. Although, there are a lot of sickle and hammers on the last slide in particular. I'm an American VTuber, bro. Why do I need to know about Russian revolutions? I don't understand. How is that going to help the good of the order? So goofy. So goofy. Let's go into the next one. Oh yeah, I think the next one is an actual how-to. That's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you guys for being patient. And remember, like, okay, so my thing is, I want to do as many as possible. Whenever I ask you guys to put submissions in, I want to, like, be as respectful as possible and at least try to understand and like, go through it. So, like, even if it's a lot, you still gotta, like, just, you know, round of applause, because they tried their hardest, and that's what matters. This next one, let's see. Alright, drum roll for the next. That's close enough. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so this one is Comparing Methods for DNA Quantification by Billy Bob. Thank you, Billy Bob. I hope to learn something here today. Let's see. Let's see what this is about. I want to see what you cooked up. Outline. Background. Spectrophotometry. Spectrophotometry. That's a big word. Fluorometry. qPCR. ddPCR. This is very specialized, isn't it? This is it. Thank you, Billy Bob. Let's see. Oh, it's a DNA strand. DNA. Okay. For those of you in the classroom who don't know, DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, and it is a strand, and there are paired groups on the double helix formation in which you will be able to code and decode DNA based off of that DNA, and that is very important for researchers in this day-to-day life. Two nucleotide chains that spiral together into a double helix. That's right. You can see up in this top corner here what the pairs are and how they go together. Guanine and cytosine go together, and adenine and thymine go together. It carries the genetic instructions for all life. That includes you, chat. And viruses. But fuck them, apparently. Yeah, that is true too. That is definitely true. There's like more to it, but it's been like a year since I've taken biology, so I can't really like go into the nitty-gritty of it myself. Composed of the 4 essential macromolecules, the nucleic acids. Yep. And then it does have the phosphate backbone, which is illustrated by the yellow there. Because without a backbone, well, what are we? We're like a slug. A very sad slug. Or a worm, I guess, you know. Quantification is defined as the measuring of the quantity of something. Means getting the concentration of DNA necessary for a variety of molecular biology assays and experiments, and more than one way to skin a horse. What does that last bullet point mean? What is... Oh, you're basically saying there's lots of different methods to get to the core. Okay, I got you. I understand what you're saying, Billy Bob. I got that one. I got you. All right. Well, don't skin a horse. I don't think horse pelts are particularly useful for anything. Spectrophotometry, which sounds made up, quite frankly, measures the intensity of light absorbed at various wavelengths. We have the visible spectrum, which is like the rainbow, and then there's ultraviolet, and then there's like radio waves and other waves too. Yeah, it's not like it's not like a wave. Hello, like hold on, like a hold on, let me see if I can do it. Give me a second. Okay, so this is a wave. I'll put that in the YouTube chat. Can I do it in Twitch too? Hold on. Fuck, I can't wave in Twitch. Just pretend you guys see it on the screen though. There's a wave there. It's not that kind of wave. It's like a it's like yeah. All right. Teacher Tomoe is shut up. All right. Next point. Nucleic acids absorb light with characteristic peak at 260 nanometers. Yes. They do that. You know, this has the same energy as someone who showed up to class and just put their name on a PowerPoint and like did not do any of the work, but they're required to like share a part of the final. You know how like in group projects you usually have to like split up who's doing the actual presentation? Yeah, that's me right there. I got this. Yeah. Nucleic acid quantification requires the addition of an extinction coefficient with units of nanograms minus centimeters over milliliters? Is that it? Spectrometry is very confusing. I feel like I've used one of these before in a lab, but I don't quite remember. I don't know. Labs that involve the light waves and stuff are pretty cool generally. But then you mess up your experiment and you gotta like backtrack a little and you're like, hey teacher, I don't think this is how this is supposed to look. Well, here's the formula for it. It's C. I don't know what C is as a... Oh, C is concentration. Okay, it goes over that in the next point. A is absorbance, E is the extinction coefficient, and B is the length of the light path. I wonder how the extinction coefficient is found. Nanograms, centimeters per milliliter. Okay. That has a nice, better, like, a much better flow to it. Oh, relatively cheap, quick, and easy to use, able to show presence of contaminants. That's important. You want a nice, pure product. Quantification easily affected by contaminants, free nucleotides, excess salts, and organic compounds. Example, nanodrop. Have you guys ever looked at, have you ever looked at pond water under a microscope? I feel like almost everybody's had to do that experiment at one point. And then you kind of feel like drinking the stuff under the microscope afterwards, because you're like, they're little critters. I can get protein from this. I can get gains. But that's not really how that works. You're not supposed to drink the pond water. It's not good for you. It'll get you real sick, and then you'll die. Well, probably not die, but you know, it's not good for you. Sometimes there's parasites in it too, so yeah. Fluorometry. It measures the intensity of fluorescence emitted by fluorophores. And signature excitation. Oh, right, because they go to like a... Do they jump up in states or something? An emission EM wavelengths of natural fluorescence or dyes used to differentiate between targets of interest. Fluorescence of dyes based on principle of intercalatation. These are some big ass words. Dyes emit low amounts of fluorescence until they bind to their target between the bases, where they become more rigid and fluorescent more. Concentration is quantified by comparing fluorescence based on known standards, increased sensitivity and specificity over spectrophotometers. Accurate even with contaminants. Requires standard for a calibration curve and regression models. It seems pretty reliable. I don't understand it perfectly, but it seems pretty reliable. And honestly, this is like the type of stuff where like you get like a rundown of how to use the equipment, and then you actually use it and you're like, oh, that makes perfect sense. What do you mean this is going over your head? You have to take a moment, digest the information. I need you to take very detailed notes. You are going to be quizzed on all of this. All right, this is very essential for the lesson at hand. Why does that look like an ATM machine or like a space heater or something? I don't know. It kind of looks like one of those booths in an airport where you get your own tickets too. Yeah, there's their quiz. Your degree is in this, so it all makes perfect sense. I'm glad you understand. I'm doing my best to understand though, so I can teach it properly. But the brain cells in my head are currently there's like an inner turmoil, you know? They got beef with each other. It'll be okay though. I got this. Leave it up to this horse lady here. From Marine Ace has joined the UMARMY as a horse private second class. Welcome to the UMARMY. PT starts at 0600. Let's see. qPCR. Quantitative polymerase chain reaction PCR, aka real-time PCR. Laboratory nucleic acid amplification technique used to denature and renature short segments of DNA or RNA sequences using DNA polymerase 1 enzyme. Enzymes are used for denaturing things, right? That's like, yeah, isn't denature when there's like damage in the chain or something? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, enzymes, like, they break things down and then it relies on the detection of amplified product at each cycle of the PCR, measuring real-time fluorescent changes. Requires a standard curve in order to accurately analyze qPCR results. Where did they get the curve from, though? Enzymes are proteins that catalyze reactions. Oh. Okay. Hoagie. Potential for compounding error after each cycle due to biases and amplification, reducing precisions and increasing false positives and negatives. Specific primers are utilized in control specificity and sensitivity of the method. And it's a Quant Studio. This equipment must be really fucking expensive. And denatured is not folded properly, like when you throw your laundry on the bed instead of folding it in a neat little pile. I understand that. I gotcha. ddPCR! Droplet digital PCR generates approximately 20,000 droplets. Each contains template DNA partitioned and amplified within each droplet individually, allowing for smaller sample reaction sizes. Fluorescent probes, FAM and HEX or VIC, I think it's F8, I'm supposed to be spelling it out. You get the point though. Are used to generate binary positive negative results of each droplet from the droplet reader. Okay, fraction of positive droplets are used to determine concentration of target probe, so it's like a sample size, I guess. And then there's this formula here. I guess that's another concentration formula. Position statistics correct for the possibility of having more than one template per droplet. FAM, yeah, that's what I said, FAM. Most accurate, sensitive, and precise method. Allows absolute quantification. It does not need standard curve. Costly and time-consuming. It's the price we have to pay for it to be super specific. What's up, FAM? Summary! DD-PCR is better than fluorometry and equals qPCR, which is better than spectrometry. There's a little asterisk there, but there's not like a note at the bottom. Caveats when it's over here. Caveats when it comes to which method you want to choose. How much of a budget do you have? How much time? Equipment? How much sample can you use, and is it rare? PCR, generally speaking, requires more to be used than both fluorometry and spectrometry. Spectrophotometry, sorry. What is the application for quantification? Some assays do not require such precise measurements to give good results. That makes sense. Preferably, multiple methods would be used to corroborate your findings and give better context to the overall scope of the study. What do you guys think the person who wrote this job is? If they have to know about all this complicated ass equipment. I don't know, it's interesting information. It's just I didn't spec in the skill tree, so I don't understand it perfectly. Oh, you even added a reference page. That's an honest academic work right there. That's a nerd molecular lab tech. That makes more sense. It is cool that there's different methods, and I guess if you had access to each one, it'd be easier to like cross-reference and stuff. Thank you, Billy Bob. Thank you. Thank you for the lesson. I appreciate it. I know, man. Reference pages go hard. See, this is an honest scientist. I don't know why. Is this a lemon? I guess it's when life gives you lemons, you have a summary. It's very profound. It's a scholar right there. Oh, goodness. That's pretty good, though. I can work with that. We're going strong so far. I might be confused, but the confusion, it makes you stronger. Oh, let's see. That's the next guide here. Another guide here. Alright, are you guys ready? Are you ready to get your education on? Who's ready to learn? Yeah, that's right. You're ready to learn. Alright, let's see. What's up next? How to whistle with your fingers. This is very cute, actually. I like this. It has a pink template. It's nice. Makes the brain happy. Soothing. By a fabulous cowgirl. Step 1! Use both hands to form an A shape like in the diagram above. Okay. This feels like a superpower pose in like DBZ before they fire off a beam or something. Maybe that's what we're preparing for. Okay. Oh god! Okay, no, I can't skip steps. Cover your teeth with your lips. You will have to adjust how much it covers because everyone's mouths are different. Wait, all your teeth? What? Step 3, keep your hands in an A shape. In the first step, push your tongue back, making it full against your tongue. What? Fold it back? What? With all the steps you have done, blow air into the hole between the A shape while you are covering your teeth with your lips and folding your tongue. That's a lot of multitasking, though. I don't know. I know how to whistle normally. I can't snap. I can't whistle like this. This is the fancy whistle. That's the one that can like summon the dog from across the field, you know? That type of whistle. Whistle normal, easy. It normally sounds a little better, you know, nice shrill whistle. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Whistles are it's all for summoning purposes. Although people typically get very angry if you whistle at them. There are different ways to do it. This is so complicated. Diagrams were from artofmanliness.com. I just got mogged? What does being mogged mean? Is that the real lesson here? I don't want you to get copyrighted even though there's no indication, but better be safe. Here are the lyrics, next page. Thank you! Honestly, PowerPoint's autoplay thing, so like, it's terrifying. What a beautiful, handsome face. Oh! Oh no! No! It was about autoplay! I didn't know there was an actual video in there. I know nothing about Fortnite. Am I old? I might be old. Is this like the modern equivalent of getting rickrolled? Is it? Aw, I feel dense now. I'm sorry. I don't understand. Thank you for the lesson, though. Thank you for the lesson. I'm sorry I don't know how to whistle still. It's more of a skill issue on my part at this point. Kids these days, I wouldn't expect a 123-year-old to know Fortnite. Hey, listen here, buddy. I don't look a day over 122. Alright, you be respectful, damn it. What is a skibbity? That's more of like a philosophical question, you know? I don't know. Let's see. This is, so we got another one here. Okay. I am dense and did not know it was a how-to thing, but like at the top of the, when I did the announcement, it said at the top, UmARMY how-to PowerPoint submissions. The how-to is in the title. It was up there. It was like, how do you do, but how to you do, you know? But it's okay. It's okay, bro. Last time I just did general PowerPoint, so I understand. It can be a little confusing. Let's go to the next one. Drum roll. That was a very shitty drum roll, but it had character. An insane rant about Wankel rotary engines. An introduction to the best internal combustion motor design. Oh. Wait, what? How does this work? I don't know if I pronounced it right. It's a rotary engine though. Those go in circles, right? That's how that works. Definition, what is it? Hey, this isn't a how-to. Damn it, everybody's pranking me today! Why did you prank me? Oh, it is a Dorito. It's a spinning Dorito? Wankel. That's not very English. But alright, let's see. How do you pronounce a W as a V? That doesn't make any sense. You're lying right now. There's no way. It takes the shape of a slightly curved triangle. It's like a Dorito that got its shift changed a little bit. The rotor is moved by fixed gearing in an epitro. What? 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 Huh? It has a midpoint of the rotor going around in fixed gearing. Okay. Uses an eccentric shaft to move the rotor, keeping the shaft in place while rotating only the rotor. It spins. It's kind of mesmerizing. Aww. How does it work? Unlike a normal 4-stroke engine, the Wankel engines have different places for each stroke, not needing a camshaft. Why are engines so complicated? You know, horses don't need engines. That's another reason to just accept horses. The eccentric shaft figure B moves the pistol while keeping a constant distance from the rotor's apex. The apex figure A works as a seal, allowing the rotor to be at 3 strokes at a time. In other words, 1 revolution spin equals to 3 in a reciprocating engine, most common engine type. It looks a lot... Wait, this is... Oh, so it's like a component that goes inside of an engine. It's not the whole engine itself. Uses for the Wankel engine. Due to its peculiarities, the Wankel engine has found uses in chainsaws, auxiliary power units, range extenders, loitering munitions, aircrafts, motorcycles, cars. It's everywhere! They put it in everything. Comparison of these engines and reciprocating engines delivers torque in a more predictable way. Simpler, less prone to catastrophic failures, compact and low weight, less moving parts, less expensive to mass produce, and higher rotations per minute. I think that's what that means, range. And then reciprocating has more qualified mechanics, most use lower emissions, fuel economy, cheap, higher supply, can make functional diesel engine, and last longer. That's a rotating gorilla, isn't it? Is that a gorilla? That's a gorilla, right? Yeah. Why is it not common? High fuel consumption, needs more oil changes, combustion can be slow, high emissions, need specialized mechanics, few manufacturing companies. But it seems so useful. What does the future hold for these engines? Due to being easily adjustable, it is a strong candidate for hydrogen-fueled engines. Better for hybrid vehicles, can be used. Can use cheaper fuel due to being less prone to knocking. Can possibly substitute electric motors in small vehicles. Is a good range extender, charging an electric car's battery and allowing for longer trips. But aren't electric cars super fucking expensive? The Mazda MX-30 REV, a hybrid SUV that uses a Wankel engine. All cars are hiding things. Technically true. I don't know much about cars. But if you open up the front of the car, there's stuff in there. It's like a treasure chest, but instead of like treasure, it's like a bunch of machinations and whatnot. Use in cars in the past. In 1964, the NSU Wankel Spider was the first car to use the engine. Mazda makes engines to this day. From 1967 to 2012, Mazda produced several models with this engine type, including the famous RX line. However, the most unique use was by the Soviet Avtovaz that in 1978 started to supply KGB in police cars with 2-rotor Wankel engines due to the lack of gasoline with higher octane. What the fuck is an octanage? MCL's announced so true to Tomoe, my car's hiding lots. That's like a parking lot. This is the first one to use. It has style though. It's nice. Thank you for your time. See you later. The doc will sedate me once again. Next time, you better follow the prompt. I don't know why I got so immersed in that. I was not supposed to do anything that weren't how-tos, but you know what? It was a pretty good presentation other than that. It has taught us the importance of rotating gorillas, if nothing else. Mazda moment? I would say it was a Mazda moment. Let me take a sip of water before I return to the next slide. More education awaits. Awesome. Okay, this isn't illegal. Okay. I was worried for a second. But there's no way there's being illegal. There's... Nice try. Nice try, buddy. Okay. Time for the next presentation. Let's go. How to grow and process tobacco. Well, that's fair. I've never smoked or anything before, but I'm curious as to how the process goes. It is a how-to. It is. Meatitarian? Is that like a carnivore? I think so. Let's see how it works. Why grow your own tobacco? Tobacco is a historically significant crop in both Native and modern American culture. The cultivation of what is to many a sacred plant dates back centuries and remains a significant part of our lives today. Well, back in the 1900s, they used to everybody used to smoke. Everybody was doing it. I mean, it makes you look cooler. That's what they say, right? You know, you like lean back against a tree and you got your cigarette and you're like, hey kid, you want some lung cancer? And then you like, you wave them over and whatnot. You know how it is. Kentucky used to be famous for it? Ain't no way. Really? Unfortunately, most tobacco today is consumed via low quantity and heavily adulterated cigarettes, which are full of additives and chemical compounds which worsen the health impacts associated with tobacco products. Why would they add that in there if it hurts you more? That doesn't make sense. I thought they were trying to make cigarettes better for you so that people that are already smoking don't get hurt worse. Why would they add additives and stuff? Why? For what purpose? Money? But you're hurting people. Growing and processing your own tobacco can be a safer alternative to modern factory-produced cigarettes and can be tailored to your individual wants and needs. Is that like the dudes who can make the cigars? How many guys do you know that can roll their own cigars? I don't know if I know any myself, but it always seemed really cool when you like see videos of it and stuff. They just like roll it up and they have like paper on them and stuff, and it's like, oh. Wealth, fame, and power. Aw, alright. They look like, kind of like cabbages, but like incomplete cabbages. Part 2, tobacco doesn't always need to be used in cigarettes. There are many other uses for the leaf, including cigars, pipes, chewing tobacco, and stuff. There are also non-consumption uses for the plants, including as an insect repellent for the garden, and can even be used to repel mites from chicken coops. Huh. Jazz cabbages? Cigars smell pretty nice. They can, honestly. Some of them do. I didn't know there were other uses for cigarettes other than like... I mean tobacco other than cigarettes. Yeah, my brain just kind of said... I got a little confused there. Choosing which varieties to plant. There are an astonishing number of varieties to choose from, and each has its own unique traits and quirks. Here I'll discuss 3 common uses and the varieties associated with them. Cigarettes. The traditional American cigarette blend is made up of Virginia, burley, and Oriental tobacco. Cigars. Cigars can vary wildly in tobacco varieties, but it's a common blend. A common blend is Criollo, and Connecticut broadleaf. Pipes. Pipes like cigars feature a wide variety of types, but will often feature... Why are these names so complicated? They sound like spells! Latakia, Perique, and Virginia tobaccos. Honestly, this is still not as bad as, like, listening to somebody who's super into, like, the weed talk about, like, different strands of weed. Cause, like, they'll go on about that shit for hours sometimes, man. This is not as bad, though. This is a manageable bit of information comparatively. Anyone who's ever been through one of those lectures can attest to that, okay? I'm not crazy here. I'm not crazy. There's too many varieties. Choosing which varieties to plant is determined on what your intended use is. For me, I smoke my homegrown tobacco out of a pipe and have chosen to grow Virginia Gold. That just sounds complicated, but it sounds cool. A pipe, though. Do you just like put it in there and just light it? Is that how that works? This variety is a good baseline for cultivation, growth, harvest, and curing. Other varieties will differ significantly in the ways they are cured. For example, some are cured out in the open sun, while others require the heat of a fire and take on a smoky flavor as a result. Namely, Latakia and Kentucky fire cured, as the name implies. Pretty solid there. Pretty solid. This is like some... It has like old-timey cowboy vibes to it. It's respectable. It does sound like a potato variety, Virginia Gold. I can get behind that. I'm still not gonna do tobacco myself, cause I would like collapse. You know, horses aren't built for that sort of thing. But this sounds cool. Now I understand why they said smoking cigarettes makes you cool, or at least look cool. But it's bad for you, kids. It's bad for you. At least this isn't as bad as raw cigarettes. I didn't know they had additives and stuff. That's terrible. Getting started. Tobacco seeds are extremely small, nearly the size of a grain of sand, and only need to be sprinkled on top of the growing medium and misted with water in order to germinate. That's just a plant thing, I think. I recommend a good potting mix in a divided growing tray. Once the seeds are spread out and misted with water, cover them with a clear lid and provide them with suitable grow light. The grow light should be long enough to cover the entire seed tray and should be positioned no greater than 2 or 3 inches from the surface of the soil. How do you get it set up so particularly, though? So specifically. Oh. Apparently a can of chewing tobacco can be like the same as like 100 cigarettes. Oh, that'll decimate you, bro. You'll be decimated in no time. You gotta be careful. Saplings. Germination. Tobacco seeds will take about 10 days to germinate and will emerge with teeny tiny seedlings. The miracle of life. It's like one of those time lapses of plants growing that you used to see on Nat Geo. They are cute! Ah! They're so cute. Here you can see the tiny tobacco seedlings after a few days of growth. Look at these little guys. Who's ready to fuck somebody up? Who wants to give some lung cancer? You can hear them. They're crying to be free from the soil. They're ready for their mission. They're prepared for the task. Note the length due to improper light placement. This is why light must be so close for the first few days. What's wrong with their what? Note the length due to improper. Wait, what's wrong with them? Aren't they big and strong? I can't tell. I can't tell. Growing up. We gotta send them off to school soon. Next thing you know, they're gonna be telling us somebody tried to bully them and we have to tell them to smash a beer bottle over their head behind the school and then claim that the kid fell and then make the kid get all scared and intimidated and then say that that's what happened. I gotta teach my little guys here how to defend themselves real proper, you know? I ain't gonna let them turn into the bitch on the playground. We got this. Here we can see what tobacco seedlings ought to look like after about a week and a half of growth. After about a week, the cover can be removed and the plant left in open air. At this point, they should still be misted with water or watered underneath if your seed tray allows for that. The lights can also be moved upward. Mine are about 1 foot above the seedlings. These are pepper plants next to them. Why pepper and tobacco together? Is that just a matter of preference? The grow lights being fluorescent here? I think they might be. I mean, it has to be a pretty strong light source, right? Claim them as dependents on tax forms? That's a lot of kids, man. That's a lot of kids. That's too many kids. Selection. They all look the same, though. They all look the same. Make sure they go out in a blaze of glory. I think that's the whole point of it, isn't it? Yeah. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Fraud is bad. Don't do fraud. It's not a fraud if you're claiming tobacco plants on your tax forms. Yeah, it is. Once the plants have leaves about the size of your pinky nail, you can select individual plants to be grown out on their own. This is the second growth stage before they can be planted outside. At this point, some growers trim the leaves of the tiny plants to promote strong root growth. These leaves will not make it into the final product anyway, and thus some can be trimmed or plucked off. You gotta make sure they're strong. You gotta take good care of them. If you grow them with love, they'll return the favor later, you know? They'll put you in a good home later. That's a nice solo cup. That is a nice solo cup. Getting beer. Once the little plants have outgrown the small pods of the seed tray, they can be transferred to pots, or in this case, red solo cups, to grow to the final size before planting. By now, they're big enough to be able to water normally. Look how big they've gone! I feel a sense of attachment watching this. Hello, Tomoe Tobacco Farmer here. Just thanking you for the advice on not claiming tobacco plants on my tax forms. I thought I was saving thousands, but thanks for making me aware. Oh, it's no problem. It's a common pitfall to fall into, you know. It makes sense, you know. You feel a sense of attachment to them. There's like that connection between you and the plant. But you gotta understand, man. You gotta understand. They're still plants at the end of the day. They're not your kids. They're not your kids. In the dirt. Holy shit, they get big. The plants should go into well-tilled and well-fertilized soil. Tobacco is quite taxing. A tax reference. On the soil's nutrients, so a good compost is recommended. I also recommend using finely ground mineral. Yeah, that's fancy right there. On the soil and plants, this acts as a very effective natural pesticide as the succulent leaves attracts hordes of aphids. It is recommended to reapply this after watering or rainfall. I wonder if the Home Depot has these things in stock. Where do you even get tobacco seedlings from? Monster plants! Wow. Tobacco can grow to enormous sizes, over 6 feet tall and 4 feet wide. As such, the plants must be spaced apart appropriately to accommodate their massive size. This is a mistake I made last year. By now, the plants will start to flower. Pick your best plant and allow it to flower and go to seed. Pluck the remaining flowers to encourage better leaf growth. Something to note, after the flower top is trimmed off, many tobacco varieties will suffer from parasitic suckers. These are essentially clones of the larger plant that will emerge from the base of the leaves as the plant attempts to flower again. These should be pulled immediately as they will grow to a full-size tobacco plant and will take away from the size and quality of your harvestable leaves. Virginia Gold has a tendency to do this and is something I am attempting to breed out of my strain. Bro's got this down to a science. Parasitic, that's weird that they'll try and grow their own plants. I wonder why. Harvesting. Dude, you could hide in those so well. That'd be so easy to hide away in. Bro has a green thumb. Thank you for the PowerPoint on whistling, by the way. I'm really bad at whistling like that. I never managed to do it properly. Maybe I'll be able to practice later now. I appreciate it. What does mocked mean though? I don't get it. I still don't get it. I'm kind of dense, you know. Let's see. My Virginia Gold and most tobacco varieties are ready to harvest when the leaves bend towards the ground and their deep green color lightens to a pale green and yellow. Tobacco is typically harvested in stages, with the bottom leaves being ready first, followed by the upper leaves. So it's like a pyramid system. Note the nicotine strength increases significantly the higher up the plant you harvest. But how do you divvy it up then? Why does the nicotine rise to the top? Oh, it's a manly thing. It is like a Rickroll, but handsome. Oh. Mog is asserting dominance. My variety of vocabulary. Words are hard, man. That's why I'm reading presentations. But I understand the mission. Thank you. Oh gosh, they look like husks. Curing and enjoying. The leaves should be hung with their spines together. Dude, that's like a line from a serial killer documentary. You're like a serial killer, but with your own children. That's fucked up. But also I'm curious, so I'm gonna keep reading. To facilitate air passage, otherwise they can rot, the barn or shed should be kept between 60 to 70% humidity. This can be done by opening the door on humid days and keeping it closed on dry days. Leaves that dry all the way out can be revived by placing them in a bag with a cabbage leaf for a day or two. Why the cabbage? Where do you get a cabbage leaf from? The leaves should have a soft leathery feel to them and a golden brown color for this variety, at least. At this point, they should have the spine removed and can be shredded to enjoy in a pipe or cigarette. You're a monster. You're a monster. Oh, that was the end of the presentation. That was it. That was actually pretty interesting, though. Look how leathery they are. They look soft. It's like those one plants that grow out in the field that feel super soft. You know, do you guys know what plant I'm talking about? I feel like at least one of you guys has pet the soft plant. It's like, it feels fuzzy. It's a fuzzy plant. It's a fuzzy leaf. I haven't done it in a long time because, yeah, but yeah. Yeah, that plant. Yeah, that one. That was a good presentation though. Thank you. Hi. Cotton? No, it's like the leaves itself are fluffy. You know, they have like it's all fuzzy and stuff. They don't hurt you or anything. They're harmless. They're just soft leaves. Well, there's probably a couple plants like that actually. I promise I'm not crazy. There's a method to my madness. Not that I'm angry. I'm not mad or anything, you know. Let's see. Next presentation. The void is looking at you. Hi, void. Hi. Cattails, dandelion. No. The leaves are soft, not the flower part. The leaves are soft. Imagine me as a princess. I don't think I'd make it, you know? I would not make it out there. Yeah. The plant itself, the leaves are fuzzy. Like, you touch the leaves and they're fuzzy. Alright, let's see. Next presentation! How to make art. Please help demonstrate to the audience via MS Paint. Thank you. I don't have MS Paint set up. I wasn't prepared for this. I have to set it up, you know? I can't. I'll follow along mentally, though. That's probably the best I can do. I do have MS Paint, but I have to set it up in my stream settings. I might have it, actually. Let's see. But I haven't tested it. Usually I want to make sure things work properly before I just pull them up. I probably should not mess with that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's see what we can do. Paper and pencil. I can't use paper and pencil with MS Paint. Acquire appropriate materials. That's a number 2 pencil too. Everybody uses mechanical nowadays. I ain't seen a number 2 pencil in a while. Step 2, put marking utensil to canvas. It doesn't matter if you're using a Crayola crayon or a shoddy cardboard. Or on shoddy. How do you do that? Crayon on cardboard method. I don't think I've ever seen an illustration drawn on cardboard before. Put your tinsel to the thing you want to doodle or art all over. Do it. Did it? Okay, good. Now the fun begins. What does that mean? Make various lines and shapes. As the heading suggests, you make various lines and shapes to make a dull canvas pleasing to yourself or others. For this exercise, focus on art to please you. Well, the thing is, all the artists say that they don't like their own art, and then other people see it and they're like, damn, that's some nice art. But the artists always have like self-doubt and stuff. I've never met an artist that's like super confident in their own work before. I don't know why that is. Is it just like human nature to be that critical of yourself? They make the most beautiful stuff ever and they're like, no, this is shit. I don't want to see it. To be an artist is to self-loathe. That's no good. That's no good. How would these lines and shapes fit to make a pleasing piece? Remember, there aren't any mistakes. There are only happy trees. Thank you, Bob Ross. He was a hero, an inspiration. If a line or shape displeases you, erase it and replace it until you are pleased. But there are a lot of art forms where you can't erase, you know, it's like permanent and you just have to roll with the punches, you know? Hello, Hans. Hi. Ah! Okay, there we go. I'll scroll slower. Perfect. If you so choose, color and shade in the lines. Choose any color. Color can shade via contrast. Colors mix your colors. Colors are your friend. That's a lot of colors. This looks like a graphic design logo. Like, let's just make our logo all the colors at once. And then if anyone tries to use any colors from your logo, you're like, copyright. You can't do that, that's my logo. Cross-hatching allows deeper colors. It's the writing lore, the drawing lore, rather. Oof. Congrats, look at your work. Does it displease you? Regardless, good. You have a benchmark to improve upon with the most important step: practice. Practice, practice, practice. That's kind of how it goes. In any craft, no matter what it is, unless it's Minecraft, you just have to practice. Okay, chat? Are we clear? I'm gonna pretend you said yes. I can't hear anything, but I'm gonna pretend you said yes. Thank you. Thank you. You have to practice. It's for your own good. I would not lead you astray, okay? That was a good presentation though. Thank you. I'm sorry I can't draw in MS Paint. I don't know if it would have helped too much. I'm practicing art like normally because art's fun. It's just hard. It's so difficult, bro. My craft, your craft. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see. What is this? What? Oh, this one has pictures. This one has pictures. I guess all of them have pictures, though. Alright, chat. Time for the next presentation. Oh, it is stuck in load. Okay, the pictures are gonna take a minute to load. In the meantime, a message from our sponsor. A horse. Being a horse is okay. Keep up the good work. Alright, it loaded. Okay, there we go. How to prepare a refreshing snack. By Monkey JRG. Oh. Are those pigs? And is that a what fruit is that? What fruit is that? What is that? What is that? Pork? That's is that a hibiscus? And then I don't know. Oh, it's cactus! Cactus Sunset Delight. This ice-cold tea blends the tangy tartness of grapefruit and hibiscus with the subtle sweetness of prickly pear fruit, creating a refreshing and invigorating beverage that tantalizes the taste buds with a perfect balance of flavors. You're very good at selling this. That sounds like a menu description that you'd see on one of them websites, you know? I forgot that prickly pear has fruit, though. Look at them! Look at them! Wow! Amazing! Ingredients and tools needed. Let's see. Hibiscus, prickly pear fruit, and grapefruit. Tools/items, pot, knives, cutting board, etc. Figure it out. How do you combine them? How do you combine them? How does that work exactly? How are you gonna leave this beautiful looking image up here and then just say figure it out, huh? How to prepare the tea? Oh! Okay, so it was like a fake out. Okay. First step is to take your hibiscus and put them in a pot of water and wait around 8 minutes or till fully darkened. And then, as you wait, think about the alamo. The alamo. Are you sure? Just the alamo for 8 minutes? Huh. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. Next, set aside the pot to let cool and begin opening up the prickly pears and begin juicing them and straining them in a container. How do you do that though? Cause they have like the prickly parts on the outside. How do you do that properly? Finally, in a large cup with ice, add the hibiscus, prickly pear, and grapefruit juice in the cup. Note, if you really want sweetener, honey, I strongly Do not recommend dumping a block of sugar in it, okay? Learn this the hard way. Has this drink hurt you in any way? You're in a safe place. I think. Mostly safe place. Oh, you have to remove the thorns and then juice it? No, not actually me. Okay. That's good. Oh, wait, there are instructions. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's like you knew exactly what I was going to ask the whole time. You're good at this game. You're good at this. Preparing the prickly pears. Depending on your preference, red prickly pears are the sweetest and green prickly pears are the least sweetest. Ripeness, I don't know. You're not a fruit doctor? I wonder what a fruit doctor would be called. They said there can't be any fruit doctors, because that would be bananas. Alright, once you've picked the type of prickly pear, it is time to skin it. And once you have the inner fruit, it is okay to eat the seeds. That's good, since there seems to be a lot of them in the pears. I highly recommend leaving the prickly pears in the refrigerator to let them cool. Finally, you're able to... Do you just, like, go out and, like, pluck them from random unsuspecting cacti or something? Enjoy! Hope this helps for the upcoming summer heat wave. Y'all going to need it. How did you make this concoction? There's, like, there's no recipe, like, there's no portion sizes or anything. It's just, like, you just gotta do it, you know? You just gotta do it. +2, -2? In comparison to the suspecting cacti? Yeah, that's a good point. I see how I might look like a fool right now. You're wrong. I'm not a fool. Let's see. What in tarnation is this? What is this? I need to drink more water. I'm definitely going to be a horse by the end of this. Alright! Let's keep the rolling along now. Hey, look, I get confused easily. That's not indicative of the PowerPoint in any way. This has like the vibes of like a Newgrounds game background, like the silvery. I don't know. Maybe my brain just doesn't work. How to do logistics in Foxhole. Is that a game or something? It is a game. Holy shit, that's a lot of playtime. Foxhole is a massively multiplayer game where thousands of players shape the outcome of a persistent online war. And every individual soldier is a player that contributes to the war effort through logistics, base building, reconnaissance, combat, and more. Holy shit. I, Trolldad, have personally sunk over 2,700 hours into Foxhole over about a span of 7 years. I guess over 7 years, that's not bad. I've definitely seen worse. Mostly because I know Final Fantasy XIV players. I, Trolldad, would not recommend Foxhole to the casual player as it is very time consuming and has a big learning curve. It can be frankly not fun because of time needed to do some things like making a tank. It would take about 4 real hours. What the fuck, bro? 4 hours to make a tank? You have to live in the game. It be that way sometimes, man. It be that way. Lastly, this how-to PowerPoint will only be covering the very basics of logistics, scrapping, refining, crafting, and transportation. What will not be covered in this PowerPoint is facilities, vehicle modifications, and large ship construction, as these processes require many different materials and can be complex. Hooky. There are 4 simple steps to logistics in Foxhole. Gathering, the gathering of raw materials. Refining, the refining of raw materials. Crafting, using the refined materials to make things. Transportation, moving the finished goods to where they are needed. The basics. When you spawn into the world automatically, you will have a hammer in the player's inventory. As well as other things, it seems. Keep the hammer as it is used to gather raw materials in the early stages of the war. Who are we fighting? What is the war? Who do we have to kill? Point me at him. I'll kill him. I'll kill him. There's a tech tree that progresses from small arms at the beginning to heavy tanks and self-propelled guns in the late stages of the war. When in a town, be sure to grab a truck so you have an easy way from getting from place to place. Why not a horse, though? Why not a horse? Gathering. The starting point for logistics is gathering raw materials. There are 3 important raw resources that are needed to make the materials that can be crafted into things like guns, vehicles, buildings, and explosives. Scrap. This is the most abundant / common raw resource. Each scrap field yields about 50,000. Okay. Components like sulfur, I guess. These 2 components are less common to come by and yield about 30,000 of each resources. These resources can only be gathered with a sledgehammer. That's a big ass hammer. I don't know if you can just walk around with a hammer like that. There's no way. There's no way. It has a nice atmosphere to it. I like the lighting at least. But why would people just leave mounds of scrap lying around like that? Huh. Gathering continued. Each field has a specific yield depending on what resource it is. Once a field is empty, it will take some real time for the field to reset. For scrap, it takes 1 to 2 hours, but for sulfur and components, it may take up to 4 hours. What the fields look like in game. Refining. The refinery building will appear on the map as a hammer. This is where you can turn raw resources into processed materials. Okay. Scrap can be turned into 3 things: diesel, basic materials, B mats, and explosive materials, E mats. Components can be turned into refined materials, R mats. Lastly, sulfur can be turned into highly explosive materials, HE mats. This is cool and all, but what does it do? How did you learn all of this? Crafting. B mats is used in most things, from building structures, building vehicles like trucks, to making small arms for infantry. Yippee! Diesel is used to fuel most vehicles in Foxhole, the exception to this being heavy tanks, super heavy tanks, and large ships. Explosive materials are used to make light explosive things like grenades and a variety of shells, except turtle shells. Because that's not how life works. Refined materials are used to make armored vehicles like half-tracks and tanks, but they're also used to make small arms like machine guns, RPGs, and flamethrowers. Lastly, heavy explosive materials are used to make large shell types. That looks like a dumbbell. I know it's not, but it looks like one. It makes sense that everything has its own subcategories, but that's a lot of resources just to be like walking around with. Crafting continued. Most small arms factory, but it takes real time to make whatever it is you're trying to make, and how long it takes depends on how many people are using the factory. The more people using one factory, the longer it takes to make items. Vehicles are constructed at the vehicle factory. At least everything has a nice map indicator though. Once the gathering, refining, and manufacturing are done, then what? Transportation! Transportation is the last step in the whole endeavor, but what do you use? A normal truck is a safe option as it's cheap to make and relatively fast with 15 inventory slots, but it is vulnerable to small arms. I don't know who would just shoot at a truck, but you know, that's fine. It makes me think, do chickens have arms or legs? Never mind, that was a stupid question. Disregard that. Flatbed trucks are tougher than their small counterparts and are able to carry containers that can hold 60 crates wherever you produce. But the downside is it's much slower and the container can only be unloaded at a storage depot. Okay. Light utility vehicles are really nimble and can go off-road, but have a limited amount of inventory slots and is very vulnerable to small arms. Huh. To our front lines, we're going to bring stuff over. Okay, they need us. We're that guy. General tips for logistics. Hammers and sledgehammers can be used to gather scrap, but sledgehammers gather more faster than hammers. When making guns and munitions, there should be a 1 to 3 ratio, meaning for every 1 crate of guns made, 3 crates of munitions should be made to go along with the small arms. But that's so much. Dump trucks are faster than normal trucks, but can only carry raw resources, but have extra inventory slots. Flatbed trucks can carry resource containers that can hold up to 5,000 of any raw resource, but they can take a while to fill if using a hammer or gathering components of sulfur. This is so specific. Partisan PSA, always take care on the road as there are partisans ready to strike at any... What are these guys? Plan your route accordingly. Sometimes the longer route is a safer route. Stay armed and always carry a radio. Always check the map and world chat to make sure you are safe. Stay vigilant, stay safe. Think you found this informative? I hope you found this informative and entertaining. Thank you. These guys were happy to teach a lesson. I am just here to give them a voice. Logistics is insanely complicated though. There's a lot that goes into it. I don't doubt that there's more to it. I've never really been good at like I've never been good at games that require you to learn a lot just to be able to play the games. But I guess if you're like, if you're in it long enough and you already know everything, then you know, it's not too bad. It was a pretty good presentation though. Thank you for the knowledge. Thank you for the lore, the information. Thank you. Good PowerPoint. Good PowerPoint. We have acquired more wisdoms. Let's see. This one is okay, here's the next one. Let me open it properly. I'm bad at opening links apparently. Google Slides, PowerPoint. Why does it matter? It's all the same stuff. It's all presentations. Oh, I don't know, man. We don't have to get into the technicalities of stuff. Okay, here we go. Here's the next one. And lifting the curtain. Oh, I failed. Okay, there we go. How to breathe. An easy guide on how to not fucking die. We don't know who wrote this, but they're here to help us. We will start with the basics. You are probably breathing right now, but how does that happen and why? How does it work? Breathing is the process of moving air into and from the lungs to facilitate gas exchange, mainly to flush out carbon dioxide and breathe in oxygen. The lungs alone are not able to inflate themselves alone, so they they rely on the diaphragm and intercostal muscles to contract. Here is a real-time feed from an MRI of somebody breathing using their diaphragm. You can even see the heart beating. It looks so squishy. The interior of the human body is very squishy. You ever think about that? It's just like, we have so much squishy stuff just floating around in our bodies. It's weird, man. No! I don't want to look at it. It's gross. Okay. Squishy stuff. What do you need to breathe in? 2 points. Breathing sustains life by providing oxygen needed for metabolism and removing CO2. CO2 is a poison in high concentration and can cause asphyxiation and acidosis. The latter cause the blood and body tissues pH to drop below 7.35. The rise in acidity can kill you. 1. Without breathing, we wouldn't be able to move. Oxygen passes in the bloodstream, feeding our muscles and organs. 2. Without breathing, we wouldn't be able to see, see our beautiful tomboy horse girl. I don't think breathing affects your vision. I'm going... There's a horse in the corner. It's an old horse. It's like looking at an old friend. Time for a lesson. Actually breathing. Today we will learn diaphragmatic breathing. All of us are born with the knowledge of how to fully engage the diaphragm to take deep, refreshing breaths. Yet, as we get older, we get out of the habit. The practice of sucking in the stomach for a slimmer waistline encourages us to gradually shift to shallower, less satisfying chest breathing. What are the benefits of diaphragmatic breathing? Breathing. Also called abdominal breathing or belly breathing, encourages full oxygen exchange, the benefit trade of incoming oxygen for outgoing carbon dioxide. This type of breathing slows the heartbeat and can lower or stabilize blood pressure. Takes the pressure off of you. Lie on your back on a flat surface or in bed with your knees bent. You can use a pillow under your head or knees for support if that's more comfortable. That's WikiHow for the images. That's very controversial. I wonder how they got those images. Step 2! Place one hand on your upper chest and the other on your belly just below your rib cage. Breathe in slowly through your nose, letting the air in deeply towards your belly. The hand on your chest should remain still, while the other on your belly should rise. Step 4 and last step of diaphragmatic breathing. Tighten your abdominal muscles and let them fall inward as you exhale through pursed lips. The hand on your belly should move down to its original position. Congratulations! You now have unlocked the secret to a healthier quality of breathing. Sources use Wikipedia, health.harvard.edu, my knowledge. You didn't cite WikiHow, you piece of shit. No, I'm kidding. Thank you. Thank you for making it so colorful. I now know slightly more about breathing than I did before. It's okay, I'm gonna drink water too. Remember to hydrate, everybody. Also, do not breathe manually. Thank you for the lesson, though. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I don't know who wrote that, but they were cooking. Damn, a lot of these were not how-tos. I need to make my instructions more clear next time. More clearer, you know? I need to put in, like, bigger, bolder letters. This must be a how-to guide. Or else... or else... I'll show up and knock on your door and, like, throw a newspaper at you. Thank you for reading my presentation earlier. Thank you for submitting it. You did good work. I appreciate your contributions. I will absolutely do my best for these. Absolutely. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying them so far. It's nice because, like, the reason I like doing these streams myself is because there's so many diverse topics that you guys go into, because it's like open-ended, right? There's not many rules on what you can't submit. It's like, must be legal, which I forgot to state. But yeah, do not tell people how to break the fucking law. I'm not going to teach them how to do that. And then no NSFW, no cluttery stuff, and 15 slides. And how to. Very easy, very concise. Everything else is pretty much fair game, though. I might be forgetting something, but I don't think so. Let's see. How to win on your taxes. Loopholes with tips and tricks. Oh no! Well, let's see how this goes. By Gator Gates Gusto. I'm broken, I like food. That's a mood. That's a pretty illustration in the corner. It's got swagger to it. Growing tobacco is legal, by the way. I forgot. I didn't. I don't think it would be illegal. I mean, it's legal federally. Yeah. I had a feeling it was. Don't worry. Don't worry. I ain't doubt you. There were just some illegal ones that were submitted. That's why I mentioned that. Oh no. Oh no. My tax guy is sweating. Disclaimer, this is purely for somewhat educational and actually entertainment purposes. I take no responsibility for those who perform these actions. What? Take everything this information provides with a pound of salt. This information is based around current laws and /of within the state of Florida. I do not admit to performing any of the information provided. I have anti-personal deterrence around my house. Yes, I pay my taxes. Oh, goodness gracious. It's not illegal to discuss how it's done, though. But you still can't tell people how to make meth and stuff, okay? It's not morally correct to do that. It's not. No. It's not right, bro. Alright, let me lock back in here. What is the difference between a taxidermist and a tax collector? The taxidermist takes only your skin. I see what you did there. That's fair. Oh, it's like neatly organized. It's neatly organized. Water taxes, private sales, business tax, CYA, cover your ass. And conclusion. Okay. Alright, let's see what you're cooking here. What are taxes? The hell do they do? Taxes are used for public services, police, hospital. Wait, why are ambulances so expensive? Dude, ambulance bills are scary. Oh, schools, etc. Roads and highways, functionality of governments. Purchases that shouldn't be looked into because that would be rude. But what are they? I know nothing, but I know not to question anything. That's fair. Taxes, beside being the bane of the average citizen, is actually important, except for that third or fourth part. There's only 4 parts total, though. The gift horse, do you accept? Yeah. Yeah. I think so. It's all gonna be a next week's safety brief? Everyone should have paid their damn taxes by now. Military dropped W-2s back in January, man. Also, tax season's over now. Except for the people who filed for extensions, I think. Private sales. Whoa, now, Lil Timmy, that candy bar you sold to your friend, taxable. That's right. State taxes and stuff are very much a thing. I sank hours into my how-to meth tutorial. Sorry, guys, she's not sure. Bro, why would you do that? All right, you know, I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna raise my voice. I'm not gonna do it. There is no gift tax in Florida. Is gift tax an actual thing? Huh. That candy bar, it was a gift. That brand new car, it was a gift. That house, it was a gift. That's 17,999 money. That was a gift. Huh. The 2024 IRS caps money gifts at 18K annually. They might notice something over this number. You should pay some taxes. Fuck. Something's better than nothing after all. Plus, paying taxes is the right thing to do. I don't know if this is morally correct. I don't know if you can claim everything. How do you even file? Like, how do you report that as a gift? Banks will report suspicious payments like that. Yeah, a lot of these loopholes are like, usually reality is gonna punch you in the stomach repeatedly until you throw up, so you gotta be careful when it comes to tax stuff. Business tax, the state and federal tax of doing business, 0. Apply to become one of the below and carry on like normal. IRC section 501c3 examples. Non-profit, it's for the reason here. Churches, it's for God. Social club, it's for the cool people. Political organization, it's for America. Employees may have to pay social security taxes, but only if it's recorded as $108.28 or more. Also be sure to check your state's laws. Why are there so many loopholes? Huh? CYA, cover your ass. Oops, you screwed up. Never admit to your... No! Possible solutions to look for. Free/non-profit attorney consultation offering compromise. Haggle the price. Hardship/fresh-start/forgiveness program. File for bankruptcy. Chapter 7 or Chapter 13. Buy a one-way plane ticket. Simply ignore the IRS for 10 years. Is this a cry for help? Are you okay? Is it okay? Are you okay? Follow any of the steps above and you may be 100% debt-free, not necessarily in said order. I am not a tax expert. I am an alligator who works at Femboy Hooters. Fuck taxes. You worry me. I am mildly concerned. It seems like logical advice, except, you know, a lot of this stuff is very questionable in terms of legality. But you know what? The heart is there. The heart is there. I cannot in good faith recommend following the advice. But you know what? It was sufficiently entertaining. So you did in fact accomplish that pretty well. I'll give you that. Yes, you did. Oh, well, taxes, ladies and gentlemen. They're done this year, but they're going to come back next year. Such is life. It's like one of those rotating doors. If you're not careful, it'll pat your back aggressively and knock you over, and yeah, that's dangerous. Let's see. Okay, that's this next one here. How to tell cats apart. A presentation by MILFman, also known as Pro Marine Ace. Look at that cat. Look at that cat. Look how happy he is to be there. Look at the little guy. Excited for the presentation. Yeah, it does have the 3 face. Have a job in entertainment, make entertaining videos about the brand new car you just got and write it off as a business expense. Oh. What if you buy a horse instead? Let's see. Sea urchin, an introduction. Uni is a very small guy, just a little fella. He is a small black and white minuet breed. His face makes it's the face. It's the cat face. It's the cat face. Ensuring to all of us that he is indeed a cat. Uni has gained notoriety for how does it have such a perfect face, dude? It's like the equivalent of like you know, like the super generic like Hollywood handsome dudes. That's this. Look at that jaw, dude. That is amazing. That makes you happy to look at. I can understand. I Am Imaginary has subscribed for 6 months. Holy shit. Thank you for your subscription. I hope you enjoy this, even as that cat looks at you and judges you. But it's okay, because it's cute. Oh, these ones have funny patterns, too. He has accrued millions of followers across multiple platforms just for his silly shape. He has 3 sisters. Yoru, Alba, and Sora. It's so cute, dude. What the hell? Differences. Number 1, Uni and Maxwell. The importance of knowing. Status, alive. That's a lot of socials, okay. Eye color. In IRL images, her eye color ranged from orange to lime, median of yellow. In media, her eyes are usually depicted as lime. Breed. Minuet/Napoleon tuxedo pelt. Look how menacing that is. Uni's owner is Japanese, so expect Japanese text in her socials. And then Maxwell. Status unknown. No found update on Jess, her real name surgery. Socials. Okay, fair enough. Eye color lime in both IRL and media. My friend's grandma's cat ate her when she died. I forgot cats do that. I'm more of a dog person myself, but why are cats so strange? They kind of just live with you. You know, they're like this. I don't know. There's something menacing about them. It's like they're plotting something. From Marine Ace is given 5 carrots to say :3. I feel like I understand what you're getting at here. I understand the message. Brown and white feathers. No, I'm a horse. The white is like the it's like the blaze of the horse. You know, it's the stripe that goes down its snout. It's like it's yeah. Let me do this properly. Breed unknown, too ambiguous. Still someone on Reddit has a cat very similar to Maxwell, and that breed is American domestic short hair tuxedo pelt. Jess became known as Maxwell from a model of Jess made from an image of her in the loaf position posted in Gary's mod library. Why did they loaf like that? I always kind of wondered that. They're always plotting. I know, it's weird. It's like they're watching you, waiting for you to make a mistake so that they can capitalize on it. And apparently eat your corpse. A deeper look into the physique on Uni. The voices are getting louder. So rounded. Such a perfect... :3. This cat is just like perfectly photogenic. It's actually terrifying how photogenic that cat is. Thank you. Thanks, Tomoe. Thank you. Thank you for the cat. Thank you. Cats in loaf positions are just fun to look at. I wish dogs could loaf too. That'd be kind of cursing to watch. Let's see, what else? What else? Let's see. Luckily, it doesn't seem like I have too many PowerPoints to go with. Let's see. What is this one? Hold on. I'm reviewing my list. Fuck. Some of these weren't presentation. I mean, some of these weren't how-tos. I need to be more clear about my prompt next time. I gotta be more concise. Whoa, this one looks pretty solid. Okay. Let's continue on with the mission. Oh, it is I that am having the issues. That's why I wasn't loading properly. It's trying to hold me back. Curses. Well, I think it's working now. Is everything working now? Are you guys there? Am I alive? I'm saying I'm not senile, right? Okay. 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 Everyone's here, right? Hold your hand up if you're accounted for. Have any students tried to leave the class? It's like if there's like a sudden blackout and somebody tries to sneak out and then we have to tackle them in the hallway and make an example out of them. I don't want to have to do that to any more horses, so please abide by the laws. Thank you. Alright, next presentation. Hydration! Horses 101. A presentation by Mashu. Thank you. Let us see what this is. Alright. Obtain the substance known as H2O. H2O, or water, is a chemical compound made up of 2 hydrogen atoms, according to Wikipedia. 71% of the Earth's surface is covered in this stuff. Only about 1.2% is drinkable. Oop, did not mean to close that. Hold on. Is a vital resource for all living organisms on the planet. Can't exist in a gas, liquid, or solid form. Can be obtained from containers. Water infrastructure or body of water may require to be purified beforehand. Uh-oh. Is the stream falling apart? Unlucky. Does that mean I have to end early? Aw, I still had a couple more I needed to go through. So unlucky. Why am I cursed? Why? It's been a while since I've had internet issues. That kind of sucks. Well, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I was like raring to go, bro. Motivation was there. Was prepared for anything. Life is cruel. Let's see. I don't know if you guys can hear me anymore, but we did our best, right? We did our best. I don't know if my internet's gonna hang in there. It's kind of falling apart right now. I don't even know why. I really don't know why. It's mildly frustrating, but that's okay. That's how life is sometimes. Sometimes things are outside of our control, and we just gotta go like, yeah, that happened. That's okay. I don't think I can finish it because if it cuts out, then like, I don't know. I don't want you guys to have to deal with lag. Lag is very frustrating. Can we keep going? I don't know if it's stabilized or not. It still shows that it's dropping frames right now. Yeah, it's kind of patchy. Can still hear and see. I'm sorry. I'm so confused. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Consider coming back and doing the presentations another day and be more specific. Why are you acting like I'm the one who did something wrong? I didn't mess up. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't think so anyway. It has been a pleasure. I'm sorry. I wanted to finish them all this stream just to make it super straightforward and easy, but sometimes these things happen. We just gotta do our best, you know? Maybe next week? I should be able to finish them next week. There's really not too many left, so it should be okay. Well, thank you guys for your patience. I apologize for the issues here. But at least we got like a pretty good amount of them covered. It's about the length of a normal stream, so it's not too bad overall. It could definitely be much worse. We have to count our horses before they hatch. That's not a saying, but you get the general principle. Yeah, it's okay. You deal with terrible internet every day. Well, so we could do a better job. I clarified it as much as I could in the post, though. I don't know. I guess I'll try to be like, I'll add bold text and red lettering next time. No, we're not through all of it. My internet's just not being very reasonable right now. But I will head out for the time being. You guys have a good rest of your night, and thank you very much for coming by today. Oh, it's okay, it's okay. Take care, take care. Thank you for horsing around with me. It's been a fun time. Take care for now.